my last minute video for this week because I lost my SD card. Basically, this video is just a quick catch up because the video I was supposed to post was to get ready with me basically just rambling while I was getting ready about my life. So this time I have a proper order of me saying stuff while I brush my hair because it's really tangled. It's basically like me catching up on my life, a life update, my future stuff. That's nice advice for your senior year. If you're not in your senior year yet, you're planning out your senior year, stuff like that. So yeah, just enjoy. As you can see, because I have ADHD and I like to ramble, so this is quick Q&A and has things I need to say. Things to know for your senior year. Start your applications ASAP. And I know a lot of people say that, and I heard a lot of people say that on YouTube, but like, I'm being dead for real. Like, actually start it ASAP. And if you didn't know, so applications, basically if you're from the US, Common App opens August 1st, but there's actually a lot of stuff you can do before that I did not do, and I don't necessarily regret, but it would have made my life easier had I done what advice I was basically given, which is basically, so your personal essay, the questions are basically the same every year, but honestly, if your personal essay does not follow within a question, there is a box that you can check out that basically just like is basically saying that you basically are talking about something that has nothing to do with the questions, but it's still important to you, or it's basically still defining you. If you don't know what a personal essay is, it's basically your Common App essay, and that's the essay that like 99% of your schools are gonna ask for because it's through your Common App. And that essay has nothing to do with your major or the school, because those are extra questions that you have to answer depending on if the school asks for it. This essay is more of like your personalized essay. Yeah, if you guys want an in-depth video of what the process is like, because I kind of really did not know what I was getting myself into, let me know and I'll for sure make a video, like an in-depth process video of like going through everything with you guys. I wish I got that. Like, I didn't really find a lot of videos that were actually like thorough on it. And yeah, so start your applications as soon as you can. In the summer, my mom was always like, oh my god, we should start your personal essay, and I did not. I literally crammed that while I was writing my essays for the schools that I was applying to, which gets me into the next point. You do not need to be applying to 30 million schools, which no hate to anyone that does that. Like my best friend, she applied to like 20 something, but again, her reason was completely different. Because if you're going into a pre-med track or like a pre-track, some schools have like a direct program. So my best friend's going into direct med, or like she's going into med, and so she applied to pre-med, direct med programs, and also regular schools. So that's why she had a lot of schools, which is totally fine. I only applied to 6 in the end. I originally had 8, and then my college counselor, or like my school counselor, was like, maybe you should be doing a little bit more, because they're always like, oh, you need to have a balance between your safety, your target, and your reach. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then I added a few more, and it ended up being like 10, 11. Then by the end of it, I was so tired of the whole process, I literally just ended up applying to 6. And I don't particularly regret it, but I wish I applied to some of the reach schools. Because the way my stats was that it was either too easy of a school for me to get into or too hard of a school for me to get into, which honestly really sucks. But again, I can go into a whole in-depth process of what that was like if you would like me to get into that, and like what you should be looking for in a school. Again, that's completely personalized to you. But yeah, I would say you do not need applying to 50 million schools. Honestly, like waste your time applying to schools on the ones, if you got into, you would actually consider going into. And that's what I ended up doing. And that's why when I was going from like 6 to 8 and 8 to 10, it was kind of difficult for me, because I'm more of a type that I'm kind of like really realistic on it, and like more realistic on like, okay, this is actually a school that I end up going to, or like this is a school that I would fit in, this is a school that I wouldn't fit in, depending on like the criteria and things like that. Another big thing that I heard but I didn't really believe, and I feel like it's more common but not really said, is that you most likely end up going to the school that you were least expecting to be going to. And honestly, that's perfectly fine. That's what happened with me, which I'm not gonna say what college I'm going to because it's still up in the air. It's a 99% chance, but yeah, I personally have seen like with me personally, I was not expecting me going to school, but I'm really glad with my choice. But like same with my cousin. Like my cousin was expecting to go to the school that she's at, which is UW-Madison. She was expecting for another school, and look where she ended up. And she's perfectly happy there, and she's perfectly fine there. So don't have such a high expectation for yourself or the process. Like, it's okay to be disappointed on some of your like decisions that you get back, but like again, just don't have your hope up too much, especially because of COVID. A lot of it is a lottery system, so like you really don't know. For example, my one friend, he got rejected from this one school that was supposed to be like an easy safety school for him technically, stats wise, and he ended up getting rejected. And then he got into a school that he was supposed to be completely get deferred from, at least, or waitlisted or rejected, and he got in. So it's just honestly really hit or miss with all these schools. So again, don't have such a high expectation. It's okay to be disappointed and upset with like the decision that the school made of not accepting you. So don't feel so discouraged once you get a rejection. Like again, it's just part of the process, and everything will be fine. So you will be okay, I promise. Okay, yes, now this has nothing to do with college. This literally has to do with senior year, school in general. Senioritis hits so fast. Like, I tell you, so fast. Like, for me personally, it was a moment I applied to all my schools. I was like, you know what? I applied to all my schools. I have to wait. I don't give a shit about school no more. Like, whatever. It's a little bit of a mindset, especially because one class that I am taking, it's an AP class. So, like, I kind of need to like know my shit and do my shit because I am taking the EP exam. Why do I feel like I'm talking so fast? I apologize. But yeah, senioritis hit way faster than I thought it would. I don't know why. I don't know how, but it did. Thankfully, my grades were fine my first semester, but as a second semester senior kid, and I'm like barely in my second semester, it is so bad. Like, when I tell you so bad, like, I don't start my homework until way later, and sometimes I procrastinate until the next day. It's so bad. Like, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but like expect that. Like, don't be like, because I was like, oh, you know, like I'll be fine, like senioritis won't hit me for a while. No, it hit way faster than I thought it would. Oh yeah, this is a big thing, and I feel like this also kind of has to do with like pressure, so it makes sense why a lot of people feel like they have to. But you do not need to be taking crazy ass classes, really hard classes, if it's not necessary for your major, or if you really just don't want to do it and it's not necessary and won't make a big change or effect for you in college. And also, I'm doing the Summer Friday jet lag mask. I've never done this one before, so this is exciting. But yeah, if you do not need to be doing it, don't do it, because again, don't forget, you have applications for college and it's a lot of work, and I don't think us seniors get a lot of credit for how much work it is. Doing that plus schoolwork is so hard. Like, I found it hard, and my classes weren't super crazy, but again, I was also doing like a lot of out of school activities because I'm more of an out of school activity type of kid than like education. But my best friend, her crazy stuff has been taking a lot of crazy hard classes, and she was like struggling so bad. Like, I remember I was talking to her, and girl didn't even finish her applications yet, and she had like so many other things to do. Like, some applications she didn't even start, so she was like last minute doing it. Honestly, take your time with your application. Like, don't be doing it last minute. It's not worth it. It's not fun, because then you start stressing and wondering like if your application is good enough. Yeah, so if it's not necessary, don't, because I'm not, and honestly, I'm living my best life. I have double early, so I leave at 12:40. I go to the gym, I get done by like 3, I eat lunch at home, and then I do whatever the hell I want. You know, like, I'm focusing on other things besides school, because again, this all depends on your major. There's not a lot of classes that are offered to me that would benefit me in my future. That's why I'm doing a lot of work, and I'm working in the field that I'm going into, in the business side, because if you didn't know, I'm kind of a business kid. Even though it's not my major and not my actual profession, I just enjoy business a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with my life instead. But again, some people love education, and some people have classes that will actually benefit them. And so go ahead and do that. But don't feel pressured or forced that you have to do it because other people around you are doing it. Because again, everyone's major is different. Their path that they want to go is different. Like, some people don't want to go to like a regular normal school, and that's totally fine. They want to go into Ivy League. That's just what suits them best. don't force yourself into thinking that you have to do that as well, because that's not the case whatsoever. Everyone has like a different thing. A lot of people like studying and schooling, some people don't, and some people prefer to like be working and be hands-on, and that's like what I am a lot. I like the hands-on experience instead of like actually learning in class, and that's totally fine. I think that's all for things for senior year. Again, if you want me to make an in-depth video of the whole process of what applying to college is like and stuff like that, if you're in the US, because obviously it's different other countries, let me know and I will for sure do an in-depth video. And yeah, I'm also actually in the scholarship process right now, so I'll let you know how that goes. Now, time for my personal updates. Oh yay, love personal updates here. I love just sharing my world and sharing my personal information and space, because I am such an open book. All right, where do I begin? Wait, how long do I even keep this on for? I look so stupid. Leave for 10 minutes for maximum hydration. Perfecto. I think I mentioned this already. I know what school I'm going to, 99% chance. I know where I'm going, and it is not in the state of Illinois, which is where I live. It is somewhere else, but that decision will be out on April 2nd. It's just I have to confirm it before I, you know, obviously let it out into the world. I don't think I ever said what my major and minor was, so I'm majoring in psychology, and my minor is either neuroscience or a business minor, which is probably gonna be finance. The reason why I'm debating is because if you didn't know what I want to be, oh my god, I can have a whole talk about this. Okay, if you didn't know what I wanted to be, I want to be a neuropsychologist. They do more of testing cases. They're more heavy loaded on testing cases, which is basically like testing to see if someone has ADHD, ADD, depression, anxiety, if they're on the autism spectrum, if they have PTSD, like stuff like that. I'm really big into that. My mom is a clinical psychologist, and she does more heavy work in the therapy point of view. I personally cannot do that. I don't know how she does it, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So that's why I'm doing more of, that's why I'm going more into the realm of testing. And that's all I'm gonna say on my goals in my future like that. But yeah, that's why I'm debating on my minor, because I really love finance and business administration. Because if you didn't know, my job basically is working in the business administration field in a private practice with the CFO, and I love it. It's a lot of boring work, but it keeps me entertained in some ways, even though it's boring in others. Life is pretty good, TBH. Obviously it has its downs and its moments, but I feel like overall it's really good. Yeah, I don't know how and I don't know why, but I feel like the beginning of 2023 I felt like a lot of clarity. Like there was like this vision, like this tunnel vision on exactly what I wanted, like what I want out of life and what my goals are, both personally and like financially, and how I want my work ethic to be. If you didn't know, I've always wanted to continue doing YouTube. Even if I fully go into neuropsychology, I always want to do social media, and I have a lot of goals with that as well, with my brand name and stuff like that, which obviously I'm not going to get into fully until like things like that come up, hopefully one day in the future. So I've been focusing on a lot of YouTube work, because if you haven't noticed, I have been trying my best to be consistently, at least with shorts. So I've been trying my best to also be consistent on my actual YouTube videos. I've been focusing a lot on spending time with friends and family, just because it's kind of really hitting that I'm leaving, especially my friends and I, that we're leaving soon, and I won't see them as often as I do now. And yeah, so I've been a lot of like socializing, but also working a lot. So a lot of my life is literally working and hanging out with specific people. Okay, another really weird thing, and I'm glad I mentioned it on here because I forgot about it. I've been getting really into skincare. I don't know what it is about skincare, but I've been getting really into it. Like literally, oh my god, wait, hold on. I need to go downstairs and get the bag and show you, because this is so bad. I literally went in to get one thing and I came out with like 4 different things. Okay. So this is my quick Walmart haul because it has to do with skincare. So I've been getting really into this brand called Versed, I think. And so this is the Weekend Glow Daily Brightening Solution. This is a brightening toner, so it's supposed to help. It says, I'm a brightening toner. I target dark and post-acne spots with 4 exfoliating AHAs. Even skin tone with berry. The fuck? And refine the look of pores with witch hazel. And this is vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, dye-free. But it also gets me into that I've been trying to be cruelty-free a lot. So that's been a journey. And then I got their Press Restart Gentle Retinol Serum. Is this the right one? You know, to be honest, I don't even know if this is the right one, by God. Oh well. Then I got, okay, so in the winter, my skin is super, super dry.